Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. We have a great individual helping us out today. Brandon Borchstall from North American is going to be helping us today, talking about a phenomenal program. I look at it saying it's the Presentation Pro, the Retirement Wizard. I mean, you're comparing other investments and alternatives. This is what we're going to discuss today, and what Brandon's going to be talking about today. I feel we just went through it the other day with him in full blown. This illustration is not just an illustration software program. This is a Presentation Pro. You need to get involved with this thing. Brandon's going to touch base on a couple of things, high level, why we're using this tool. A little bit of background on Brandon. 7 years in the business, several years in the field beforehand, got recruited away, swept up to help agents and advisors across the country. He's here today helping us and Sunderland Group to talk about InsMark, the insurance program that we're going to go over today. So, Brandon, with that being said, I'm going to take controls, and I'm going to send them over to you, and you can take it away.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Tim. Again, my name is Brandon Bork, so I'm Sales Development Specialist here at North American Company. And at the end of the day, I'm able to jump on today because of the great partnership that we at North American have with Sunderland Group. Today, like Tim touched on, we're going to talk about really a great, powerful presentation tool called InsMark. And really, I'll be honest, we're just going to scratch the surface today. There's a lot that goes into to this very powerful presentation tool, but we're just going to scratch the surface today. It's got many great capabilities, can really help explain sales concepts, identify needs for your clients, give you some graphics, show numerical values, and at the end of the day, help you as an agent make more sales. So really, North American, because we're kind of talking about a little North American here, is we're able to essentially just convert the basic numbers of our illustration software, what our software spits out, and it goes right into the InsMark presentation and just gives a really, really professional looking presentation for you to bring with, sit down with your client, show your value, and give them a better understanding of what indexed universal life or cash accumulation life insurance can really do for them as a client. And obviously, that's going to give you the opportunity to make additional sales on top of what you're already doing. Just a quick note, you're able to download InsMark at NorthAmericanCompany.com. So for those of you who are already contracted with North American, you can go out to NorthAmericanCompany.com, get on there, download our software, and InsMark is included at no cost to you. So we're taking care of that for you. And if you're not contracted, feel free to reach out to Sunderland Group, and they can most definitely get you contracted and get you all the paperwork you need in order to get contracted with North American and get this great presentation tool and let it go to work for you. So we will jump in here, and I'm going to just walk through a quick illustration. I've got everything in that I need. So we're looking at a retirement planning scenario using indexed universal life. So using North American to build her IUL. What I'm doing is I put a 40-year-old female. We're going to have her at standard. We're paying $6,000 through age 65, so for 25 years, and I'm solving for minimum death benefit, max cash. And I'm going to show loans. I'm illustrating at 7%, and we're going to show loans at age 66. So let's take a look at that quick, and I'll show you how to get to InsMark, and I'll show you how easy really it is. So here's our illustration. You've got all these great numbers, tabulary detail, straightforward. Is what it is. It's an illustration. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice for the client to see those numbers, but with InsMark, we can take it a step further and really show it stacked up against another financial vehicle. So that's what we'll do here. I'm going to click on this InsMark tab up on top. We'll let that pull up here, and I'm going to click on this. What I'm going to do is see, obviously I've got other workbooks and different client workbooks saved, but for now I'm going to create a new client workbook, hit OK, slowly but surely it will jump up here. And I'm going to name this Sunderland Group 1. We'll pull that up, and here's what we get. So as you can see, there's a lot going on here with InsMark, but today we're going to really focus on, and I'm going to just show you what this specific presentation can really do for you, and that's other investments versus your policy. So I'm going to select other investments versus your policy. I'm going to hit OK. So we've got a 40-year-old individual, so I'm actually going to change this illustrate through year 60 because that's what we're doing with our illustration there. We're illustrating loans through age 100, and that'll give us a better idea as to an apples-to-apples comparison. I'm going to use a tax bracket of 30%. We take a look at these investment details. We've got a drop down here with a lot of choices. If you want to customize, if you've got another idea, you can most definitely do that. Today, I'm just going to use an equity account at 7%. We're going to have a sales charge of 1.5%, management fee of 1%. And I'm going to just use this as same as the life insurance policy. I'm going to just have this all set up and built same as the life policy, so we can have, like I said, it's all about apples to apples comparisons. We're then going to go over to the report selection. So as you can see, there's many available reports. Me personally, less is more sometimes. So I would really encourage everybody to go through these different reports, take a look, see what you like, don't like, and do what I've done and just save your selected reports here so they're there. Obviously, I can add, take away in certain scenarios, certain situations, but that's just a nice smaller group of reports that I like to use. We do have a nice professional cover page if that's something you want, and then obviously why not use the full gamut here and use that nice presentation so you got a nice cover page for the presentation. And on that, let's take a quick look. So here is our first page, just nice little cover page, couple kids obviously walking in the beach there. But here's where the fun begins. This first page, so we're just taking a look, 150,000 going into both accounts, one being the builder IUL and the other being the equity account. You take a little cumulative after tax loan proceeds. You see the builder continuing to grow, and the equity account kind of fizzles off there at the 344, 480 part. And the equity account, we look at the values, the equity account compared to the builder IUL. It just gives you a good look as to once you start taking some loans, how this kind of dwindles. Obviously on the builder, it's going to go down as well, but at the end of the day, it starts to recover again once you get far enough along. So that's a really nice report just to give a good look as to, yes, this is a good apples to apples comparison. Here's obviously the meat and potatoes of it all. It gives everybody an idea of this is what we're looking at, 7% on both, 6,000 going in for through age 64, so 25 years, and loans starting to come out at age 65. As you can see, those amounts coming out are the exact same. And a biggie here, you can see, you'd be surprised to start on the equity account, the cash accumulation is better, but at the end of the day, you got to remember, this is life insurance. You've got this great death benefit if the unexpected happens, if there's a death. I like to say if life happens, you've got that death benefit right there as the obviously the security net for you, but you've also got that really nice cash accumulation. And by year 20, you passed up the equity account, and so goes the story. And we start taking out cash, and let's take a look at the next page. And here you can see year 37, age 76, the equity account goes away, and at the same time, the life insurance policy keeps churning along and keeps performing at a really nice pace. So it's just a really, really good presentation to show you, here you are, if they have questions as to, do you know what, I don't think the life insurance policy is even going to stack up because there's cost of insurance, there's all of this, there's the life insurance aspect. Well, here you go. here's a nice visual as to how they really do compare. And another, I guess there's three options at this point for the individual with the equity account. That's to take less, pay more, or know the day of your death. And that last one I know is a toughie and not possible, obviously. So we move on, and this is my favorite piece of the presentation, and that's what interest rate is required in the equity account to match the builder IUL, the life policy that we've got in here. So to match the accumulation value, they're going to need 12.49% out of the equity account. To match the surrender value, 10.77%, and then to match the death benefit, 10.77%. And just take note, it is through age 100 where we're looking at the numbers. We could obviously most definitely go back that up and say, hey, do you know what, we want to see what it would have to get at age 70. That's something you can most definitely do. In this situation, we're looking at age 100. That's why these numbers on the right, the death benefit, are so off, because that's assumed they're taking loans out continuously, which they obviously did not. So you can ignore those illustrated numbers and just take a look. It's really powerful to show, hey, this is what you're going to need to get in order to match this life insurance policy at 7%. Moving on there, we've got a nice internal rate of return, giving you a good look as to the comparisons with the surrender value, the account value, and the death benefit compared to the equity account values pre-tax and the net rate of return. So that's a really nice, powerful page as well if you want to go that route. And here, it's just I wanted to get a couple of the graphs and just to give you an idea as to how they look in this presentation tool. You've got the payments going in. It shows you where those payments are going, and it gives you that nice comparative analysis. How there's 3 rungs, I guess, compared to 2 with the equity account. And here is another look at the equity account compared to the life insurance policy. And this is year 60. Excuse my scrolling here. You've got the cumulative payments. Excuse me there. And then what the after-tax cash flow comes to be. There you are. And the equity account value is at 0 at that point in time, with the surrender value of $311,991 and the life policy with the death benefit of $311,991. So it just gives you a good comparative. It's always nice to be able to present numbers side by side when there are those questions. And that's really what I wanted to show you on the InsMark presentation side of things. I will get this over to the individuals at Sunderland Group, so please give those marketers a call if you have any questions, and they'll be more than happy to answer those and get you any information you need that comes with the InsMark presentation. So Tim, I will throw it back to you, and I very much appreciate the time.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks, Brandon. Appreciate it a lot, folks. Thanks for that. Again, like you said, this is high level. We're going to go in depth a little bit more down the road here on this program, but this is offered to you at no cost. Just like Brandon said, we need to get you contracted if you're not to be able to use the program. Here's the website, sunderlandgroup.com. Go there or call that toll-free number, 1-800-373-9807. Option 2, there's a sales consultant standing by right now to take your call. The phones are ringing. I can already hear them. So thank you so much for joining us today. And folks, just think about this for 1 second. We've seen all the Department of Labor rulings. We've heard it and said, yep, Q1 of 2017, things are come down the pipe. Things have changed. Now the DOL is getting sued. So many things are coming about this. Now, I understand the best interest of consumers and clients, leads, and prospects. That's what we should do every single day. We are doing that. And the transparency behind it is saying, disclosures and compensation, but even like this illustration tool, how about the transparency on where is that cash going? I don't know how many times I've sat across the kitchen table with a couple, and they're looking at $100,000 going in, or a $2,000 annual life insurance policy or premium, something like that, and they're going, wow, how come I don't have any money until like year 7, 8, or 9? Now the transparency is right there, right in front of them in these beautiful graphs and charts, and easily explained, and people can take away and walk away feeling comfortable that they were educated and informed, and they bought it. We didn't sell it to them. So Brandon, thank you so much for joining us today and talking about that. More information on it, like I said, call toll-free 373-9807. Option 2, a sales consultant is standing by right now. Visit the website, sunderlandgroup.com. Brandon, thanks again. Folks, thanks for taking time out of your day. Thanks for playing with us. We'll see you at the top.